Hi! Oh, I'll just give it a couple of minutes, just see if anybody wants to join on so that I'm not talking to myself. I just finished doing my makeup and I thought it's the perfect time, but my hair's a bit of a mess, so pay no attention, pay no attention. Also, I tell you what, not doing well in the style stakes either. We're going for warmth, we're going for pink for breast cancer, and we're going for, are you ready? Matt's Superman PJs. If there's a Superman logo, I'm wearing it. Oh hi, I've got people joining, so let's see who we got. Hi Emily, hi David, hi Joe, hi Pam, hi Jane. Right, happy faces on this morning. It wasn't a very happy face last night at all. That's not to say there was any bad news, because there wasn't. So we're day 8, so that means that this time last week was Saturday morning after I had been diagnosed. So last Saturday morning was slightly different to how I am this morning. It was a little bit tearful, a little bit zombified, a little bit all over the place. But a week on, and we're slightly different. Faces on, all the rest of it. So last night was a visit to the consultant, and we had the belief that we were going to get a treatment plan this time. However, didn't quite work that way. It turned out the CT scan that I had yesterday, not yesterday, on Thursday, actually showed up more lumps. More lumps. So yesterday, instead of being a treatment plan and how we're going to attack this, ended up being more along the lines of, we need more biopsies, we need more tests, and we need to make sure that we know exactly what we're dealing with before we actually prescribe treatment. So basically last night came as a shock. I wasn't expecting biopsies and stuff. I went in there thinking an hour-long consultation, that's it, I'm out of here. No, it ended up being 2 biopsies. Now, if you don't know what a biopsy is, I'll just give you the quick kind of gory details. I think most people will know what it is, but there may be some people out there who's watching who don't. Basically, they give you a local anaesthetic in the area, and they put a needle in that's about, well, it's long, put it that way. And they put a needle in while they're on ultrasound, so they can see exactly where the needle's going. And then when they're ready, they kind of like press the button, and it's like a loud staple noise. And something grows down this needle, grabs a bit of the tissue and takes it back out, and then that's your sample. So it's not the nicest situation. And 10 years ago, I had one, and it was the worst experience of my life. So they frightened the hell out of me. But I was strong last night. I didn't cry. I held it together, and I was strong. So that's big gold star for me. But then it turned out that they'd also found another lump on my ovaries. So I had another ultrasound down there to make sure what that is. Luckily that's out and no, so that doesn't matter right now. So basically the 2 or 3 lumps or whatever it is extra that they found in there actually determines medically whether or not I can keep my breast. Because they're too far apart that if they remove both lumps, there's going to be nothing left. So then if they're both cancerous, the whole thing's coming away. If one of them's cancerous and the rest aren't, then there is a chance that it can just be a lumpectomy. So that's interesting, but we'll see. Because at the moment, I'm kind of in the mindset of just chop the buggers off, because I just want rid of this. I want rid of any possibility of this ever happening again. So we'll see. We'll see how that kind of progresses. So in the meantime, I'm now changing my mindset slightly, because what I'm thinking now is I've got 2 weeks to kind of think about how I want to deal with this, and 2 weeks to kind of decide what we're going to do. But in that 2 weeks, in my mindset, I have got a mass somewhere that is cancerous, and I don't want that to spread, and I don't want it to get bigger, and I don't want it to move, and I just don't want it to change. We know where it is. I don't want it anywhere else. So I'm working on quite an extreme food plan for myself to make sure that any of these foods that, for example, potentially increase the risk of breast cancer, they're out, they're gone. I'm not feeding my body any of that kind of stuff anymore. And I'm going to start building some exercise in, and I'm going to start building all this kind of stuff into my daily life to make sure that I am giving myself the best possible chance of getting through this. So, next steps from here. We're hoping on Thursday, we're waiting for a phone call, that I get to have the wonderful, something that sounds absolutely amazing, sentinel node biopsy. Which, what that is they have to put me under general anaesthetic. If you don't know anything about your breast, here's a little bit of science. Your breast, the fluids in your breast drain into some lymph nodes in your armpit. They hit So much for my anti-gravity phone case. Let's try again. I hope everybody's still there. So, the fluids drain and they hit the first 2 lymph nodes in your armpit first of all. So what they're going to do on Thursday, hopefully, is they're going to plug me push some radioactive stuff into me. Yeah, this is turning into a comedy now. I'll move. So they're going to push some radioactive dye into me, and then they're going to test and see how far through. If it's, first of all, if it's transferred into the 2 main lymph nodes, which are the sentinel nodes, which are the ones that they're going to test. So they're going to have to put me under general anaesthetic for this. So it's the first proper anaesthetic since I was diagnosed. So that's a bit frightening. That's a bit scary, but I'll deal with it. You know me. You know me. I might cry, I might have a down moment, but I'll pull myself back up. Yeah, so that's what's happening on Thursday night, or Thursday-ish. Hopefully at the same point, we're going to get to speak to the oncologist as well, and he's the chemo guy. Now, he's the guy that's going to get a tough ride from me, because I don't really want chemo. If I can get through this without any kind of chemo, that's what I want. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to deal with it, really, but we're going to have to wait and see what he has to say. And then from there, we have an MRI scan to do. So that's like probably the week after. So there's still quite a lot of testing to get through before they even start treating me, which on the one hand is a really good thing because they're making sure that they know exactly what they're dealing with before they actually start to do anything. But on the other hand, I'm like, really wanted to start kicking its ass this weekend. But I'm going to kick its ass just in a different way. I'm going to kick its ass with good food, exercise, blah, blah, blah. Right, okay, so I've told you everything. I've told you the update, I've told you what's happened, I've tried to explain it so that if anybody's watching who doesn't know what I'm talking about, they can understand it. I want to give a quick thanks to everybody. I've not been very good at thanking people. I mean, I've been good at thanking people for your support and stuff, but guys, people are coming out of like all over the place to sponsor all my friends, family and everything who are joining in the Race for Life and stuff, and I'm so amazed by that. And I'm so looking forward to that day because I've got loads and loads of friends who are going to be there, and I'm just so looking forward to it. So I just want to thank everybody who's been involved and has donated, because at the end of the day it's a good cause, right? Anyway, I think I've babbled on long enough. I'm ready for some brekkie. This morning, brekkie is going to consist of scrambled eggs and smoked mackerel. Matthew will tell me if I've got that wrong, because obviously we are reducing red meat and stuff like that. But I'm going to post a little bit later on a little bit of a food plan, my rules, so that you can see if you want to join me. Be good. You'll love it. It'll be a great food plan for everybody to do. Anyway, the other thing that is on my list today is a hair dye, because I don't know how many times I'm going to be able to do it, so I'm getting these bloody roots gone soon. Right guys, that's me done. I think I've told you all that I can think of I need to tell you. My eyes strangely don't look as red as I would have expected. Used a bit of colour wheel methodology to get rid of the redness there. Yes, you see the sparkles coming back now. You see, can you see it? Right guys, I'll jump on again when I've got some more news. I won't be going live kind of like every day talking about this. So, I'll keep posting, and please keep giving me the thumbs up and the hearts and stuff, because, that's what keeps me going. So, speak to you all soon. Bye.